So today we have Mike looking at me. You want to be you want to be on the camera? Carry on with what you're doing. Today we have finally decided to take the kids to the Thomas and Train ride in Golden, Colorado. We have been wanting to take them. That kid right there, who is 8, is a toddler, and finally everything lined up just fine, so we can do that this year. And this is what we are doing today. And we got the little boys some surprises for today. You could pre-order them. So they're little Thomas hats. Caleb, I did tell Dad to get you one too.
You don't have to worry if you want.
I know, we can give it to somebody. But anyway, yeah. I know he's wanted to do this for a long time. But anyway, let me see your hat, Joshua. You got your Thomas shirt on. Where's Thomas? Can you point to him? Where is he on your shirt? On your shirt. Oh, he thinks I'm like talking about the trains here. There he is. Look at you. It is a crappy day. It's rainy. Hopefully we beat the rain. I'm not sure, but we have not been here before. So anyway, we'll take you along. There he goes.
Let's check out the train turntable. Let's go.
we are home, sweet home. I'm so glad to be home. It's been a very long day and it is cold out. We actually left these windows open, which is not cool. Yes, we need to replace windows. Yeah. Yeah. This is what we do because they don't work. They don't function. Eventually, we need to do them all at once and it is super expensive and yeah, we ain't got it like that. So we're gonna get a fire going. It is 7:30 and Mike is actually packing up his excavator because he needs it for a couple jobs this week. I got a fire going. It's chilly. It's really chilly tonight. We were in Golden, Colorado and it was like 58 degrees down there. So it's actually pretty cool tonight. I think it's supposed to get into the low 40s. Anyway, it is Sunday and it is the perfect time to make sandwich bread to get us through the week. I usually do our sandwich bread in Pullman pans, and there's a certain type of bread that we absolutely love that I have not made in a long time. Usually it requires bread flour, but I do it with all purpose when I'm out of bread flour, and I'm going to take you guys along. This will be easy for you to do at home. I'm not going to be taking out my mill for wheat berries. It's super simple. You could probably make this. All you need is regular loaf pans. I'm going to take you guys along and share that recipe with you. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to add 2 cups of warm water at 105 degrees. And we're going to do 1.5 tablespoons of active dry yeast. And then we're going to add in 2/3 cup of sugar and give that a whisk. Kind of get that sugar dissolved in the water. And we're going to let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. You guys, I never introduced you. He's grown a lot. He was like teeny tiny when we got him. I know. So this is Max. And he's definitely grown. He is a yellow lab. He was actually at a rescue here in Colorado. When he was 8 weeks old, he was tiny. But anyway, we rescued him, and he is a pure yellow lab. There was a bunch of yellow lab puppies available, but yeah, surprised to see a pure breed there, but he is super sweet. I was going to take you guys along, when was it? That day in the life that I did when we were putting the animals away for the night, my daughter and my son and me. And it was supposed to be the next day that we were getting him. And I was going to take you guys along. But honestly, I was so crabby the next day. I think I ended my video with you guys at like almost midnight. It was like 11 something at night. And then at midnight, we got a call on the radio. We actually had flooding, significant flooding, to where there were mandatory evacuations. And I was on that call and didn't get home. I thought I was going to go to bed early that night. I'm like, I actually might be in bed before midnight. I didn't get home till after 4 in the morning. And then it was a super early morning the next day and going to pick him up. So I did not turn the camera on. I was so grouchy and tired that day from not getting any sleep. But anyway, he is super sweet. I'll put some, I'll try and put a picture up right here of when we got him. He was like super tiny, could fit in the square on our tile floor. But this is Max. Can you say hi? Yeah, he is living a good life. He's got a good life. Huh? Yeah, he's a good boy. Anyway, so just wanted to finally introduce you guys to him because he is growing. He's huge now. And he was like the smallest one. So, are you a good boy? I know, he smells like a puppy. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go wash my hands and get back to making bread. Okay, it has been close enough to 10 minutes, and I don't know if you can see, but inside it is pretty bubbly and frothy. Let's see if I can get you angled in there. It's bubbly, it's frothy, it's ready to go. So we are going to add to this a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. And I don't have you guys really straight, sorry. So that's a 1/4 cup vegetable oil, and then a 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and then we're going to add in 6 cups of flour. Now, like I said, I usually use bread flour for this, but you can use all-purpose flour too. And I'm just going to scoop it in, because with bread, when you're making bread, you don't always go for the full amount. A lot of the time, the temperature of your kitchen will affect how much flour you need. Sometimes you need more, sometimes you need less. So I usually start with about 5 cups for this, because you put 6 cups all together, but I usually start with 4 to 5 and then go from there. I'm going to get my dough hook on and raise this up, and you want your dough to pull away. I got this on a level 2. You want your dough to pull away from the bowl, and you actually can do this by hand. You do not need a KitchenAid mixer for this bread recipe. So just letting you guys know, if you don't have a kitchen mixer, you don't need one. Okay, right now this is completely off the bowl. The dough is still going, so I'm going to give it a minute to see if it starts sticking, and yes, it is starting to stick. So I'm going to just at this point add a little bit more flour to it. And we'll see how much of the 6 cups it takes. Okay, and I took it out of the bowl. It only took about 5.5 cups of flour. I have about 1/2 cup of flour left. So always start with the least amount, and you can gradually add in, but that's totally normal with bread recipes for it not to always take the full amount. So for me, 5.5 cups of flour. And once again, you can hand knead this the whole entire time. You don't have to have a KitchenAid mixer. So you would just, instead of, once you put your flour in 1 cup at a time, you would just, mix it with a spoon until it gets too hard to mix. And then you can just pop it on the counter and knead it. You can also, if it still feels a little bit sticky, you can always add a little bit more flour onto the counter. You don't have to. This is a slightly sticky dough, but not really sticky. So I only had it kneading in here once it came clean off the bowl for maybe about, 3-4 minutes. And I'm just going to hand knead it for another minute or 2. And then we are going to get it in a well-oiled bowl. I'm going to oil the same bowl that I used with a little bit of olive oil. You can use Pam spray or whatever. And just toss it around. And then I just like to take a tea towel, flour towel, whatever you want to call it, and dampen it with warm water. And I am going to put this in the oven because I have a bread-proof setting on mine. If you don't just put it in the warmest spot in your kitchen, you can also put your oven light on, and you can just pop it in there with the oven off, and that should be enough to keep it warm. You're going to let this proof for about an hour till it doubles in size. Okay, it has been an hour, so you are going to punch the dough down. You're going to take the dough out and knead it for just a few more minutes. And after about a minute or 2 of kneading, I'm just going to divide the dough in half. You can use a kitchen scale if you'd like, or you can just eyeball it. Now you're going to go ahead and spray your bread pans. And shape your dough. And just press it out a little bit. And then you're going to go ahead And do the same with the other one. At this time, I'm going to put the same towel over the top of this and let it rise for 30 minutes. Okay, after about 30 minutes, we're gonna pop it in a 350-degree oven for an additional 30 minutes. Okay, and after 30 minutes, you have 2 loaves of bread, and I am going to take them out of the pan to let them cool on this cooling rack. And we'll come back in a little bit and I will show you what the inside looks like. And while the bread is cooling, we are in the middle of trying to build what our feed shed is going to look like. We decided to do it at the top of the driveway. Well, now that the walls are up, you can't really see, but it'll be to fit the side-by-side in. And show the hay bales or the straw and all the stuff.
So the hay bale storage will be straight in and can stack floor to ceiling. And then initially right in here, we'll have large bins to store the feed in airtight containers.
Yeah, we found a cheaper way of doing chicken feed, which, yeah, we need big, how much is it, like 2,000 pounds? Oh, 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, 1,000 pounds each, but you can break it down.
Yeah, so just to stock up on animal supplies, yeah. And so we have a loft with a shelf, or with a shelf with a floor.
Yeah, there'll be an access panel in the middle.
And then we're debating whether to have a window in there or not, because with storing feed, it's like you don't really want sunlight, but you want that ventilation and some natural light. So you were thinking of what, air conditioning it?
Yeah, we air condition it for summer and heat it for winter.
Yep. So we are trying to just do this right now and play around while the bread is cooling. Okay, I am going to cut into this because it is getting late. It is like 10:30 at night, so it's still really, really warm. But I'm going to go ahead and cut a slice just to show you guys. And look inside. I don't even know if you can tell with the lighting, but it is just absolutely gorgeous. Perfect, perfect texture. Yeah, it's a little dim in here, but if you can see that, it is just perfect inside. So you can butter the outside of this. That's what I do with my bread loaves that I do in my Pullman pan. But for this one, you don't even need to. It's just absolutely perfect the way it is, but absolutely delicious, easy to make. And if you cut into this warm, just flip it like this, and all the steam will go, you know, up in the bread. But let's taste test it. Okay, Mike is going to be the taste tester. Go ahead. Kind of put him on the spot.
No complaints.
Yeah, really, really good.
It's good.
So, yeah.
Can I have another?
Yes. He got his hair cut. Who cut your hair? It looks so good. Huh? I got his hair cut finally this morning. Now our other boys need it, but good?
Well, very good.
Yeah. So, like he said, his favorite thing is the breads I make. So we're going to show you real quick, wrap up this video, kind of what we came up with. So the siding's going to be log siding, but this program doesn't let you do log, right? Sorry, he's got a mouthful of bread now. So anyway, that's kind of what it's looking like. And yeah, he'll have, what did you say as far as the vents on the top?
We'll just put the powered vents that work off humidity and temperature, so it doesn't get too humid in there or too hot.
Yeah.
And then we'll climate control it, so it'll keep the feed good.
Yep, exactly. So that's what we're doing, playing around at 10:30 at night, eating bread, and well, I'm drinking coffee right now. Does that surprise anybody? Yeah, so we're going to wrap this video up. Just want to take you guys along for our day. It's been a long day. And yeah. Is it bedtime, Copper? Ellie's like, yep, don't gotta tell me twice. All right, anyway, we're gonna play around with this, and hopefully, when are we gonna get this done?
Yes.
Now you're on the spot. Now we're, yeah. So
No
we're
time commitments on YouTube.
yeah, so we're going to try and get this figured out, wrapped up, and maybe go to bed before midnight. That'd be nice. So anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, take care and God bless.